Good afternoon. We're here with Marlos Walker, the police chief from Abbeville, and thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank
and he's
you.
going to talk to us today a bit about community-oriented policing. So explain to me, what do you mean by that?
So community-oriented policing for most agencies is just building relationships. And for me, it goes in depth to building relationships prior to needing them. So solving crime is a big part of our duties, and it takes people to help us do that.
So you're asking for people in your community to actually help you solve crimes?
Oh, they do all the time. Matter of fact, any good investigator that you come across, he's going to tell you the most important part of his case is his witness or someone who divulges and gives information to help bring justice to that crime.
But oftentimes when we see police, we see them, on the opposite side of the line from somebody who's a suspect or a criminal. But is that not the way you see police?
No, not at all. I see police as we're there to help, and we wear a lot of different hats in this day and age, from counselors to just being there when somebody needs some. We go to calls and somebody needs just to talk to somebody. We spend 20 minutes just having a conversation and leaving them in a better place than when we found them.
So how do you convince your community or people like me that you're there to help me?
So we're doing that in several different ways, and I'll just give you some examples of some community policing projects that we use. A lot of agencies use Coffee with a Cop, and that's where you bring people in together. You guys sit down and just have a conversation over coffee, just as simple as that. Like for our agency, we teach senior safety, we teach women's safety, and in those classes, we try to give them information to help them not become a victim of certain crimes.
What about, do you walk through the community? Do you talk to people?
So generational, and this flows over all professions. We learned that our young police officers today, they usually ride in the cars, windows up, don't speak to anybody. I actually have a program where I have them 20 minutes a day ride neighborhoods, windows down, find somebody to talk to. And in doing that, just 2 months ago, we had one of our officers ride in the neighborhood, and an elderly lady fell out of her car onto the ground, and he actually got out, helped her, got an ambulance to her, just from patrolling with the window down, listening, trying to find someone to talk to.
So you have some real success stories, and
Yes.
do you think it's making a difference in your community to reduce crime?
Big time. I think it lets them talk to us before they have to. And so now when we show up when that big crime happens, they've already spoken to us. So now they're more familiar with each other.
So it works in your town, and you've done it. Can it work anywhere? Is there any evidence it's working other places?
So I've worked in 3 different cities, and all time it worked. All 3 times it's worked.
When you hire police officers, how do you get them to change, to make their attitude pro-community?
Well, first thing, my supervisors have to buy in first, and once they buy in, routinely on their patrols, they will check up and follow up with the officer and say, "Hey, which neighborhood did you do today?" And now they will also follow up to make sure they actually spoke with someone. Sometimes it's a little harder to get them to buy in, and then others we have that come along, man, they're right on it.
I'm glad to hear that. It sounds like you're doing a great job. Thank you very much.
Yes, sir.
We've been here with Marlos
Walker.
Walker, the police chief in Abbeville. Thank you for joining us.
Yes, sir.